This is the second video on the Cycrown. This is the CycHunter, and they have a 3 on the back. Now on the website it doesn't say 3, but I just call it the CycHunter. And this is a fantastic vintage bike with 2 batteries, 13 amp hours each. Not the torquiest bike out there, but this is also a bike coming in at roughly $1,050 if you use my discount code. We're gonna be checking out the headlight today, and we're also going to be checking out our brake light. And this also has turn signals as well. It's only in the back though. We don't have turn signals in the front, unfortunate. That would have been nice if they would have included them and they would have had them sticking out right here in this hole, because you do have a little hole right there for them, but it is not included. But it is nice that it does come with a lot of stuff on this bike. Now the biggest thing this bike doesn't come with, that it kind of has a little shortcoming on, is the hydraulic brakes. There are none. It's actual cable brakes. So they weren't that great in my test. That was the only thing that was a little disappointing on this bike, but everything else was pretty good. I mean, the torque, if you have a lot of hills, probably not gonna be the bike for you. Also, it's a very tall bike as well. It measures 33 inches in the very front of the seat, 34 inches in the middle is where you're technically gonna sit, and then 35 inches in the rear of the seat, because it has kind of a slope to it. It is definitely a high bike. So if you are not 5'7" or over, you're not gonna be able to comfortably get on this thing. You're definitely gonna be tiptoeing and leaning with one foot at lights. So highly recommend someone be tall to ride this thing. All right, let's go around these speed bumps. I don't wanna deal with that. Let's cut through this school right here. Most of the time we go down that other street, but I wanna go this way. It's a lot easier once I get on the other side of the road. So if you didn't watch my first video on this bike, I basically did 9.9 miles, and we're still using the same speedometer right here, or speed meter. You guys always give me shit for that. But my speed meter right here is telling me that it was at 9.9 when I left the house, so we are still calculating all our range. And it's funny, the Ninja right now is getting back to me. He's another YouTuber. He lives out in Clovis. He's about 20 minutes away from me. And I'm asking him, where are the videos, man? What's going up with his builds and stuff on his cars? He does a lot of e-bike stuff too, so we kind of talk back and forth. I bought some bikes off of him before, and good guy, good guy. I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb. That's a rookie mistake. I always put my phone on Do Not Disturb when I do these videos, just because I don't want to get some random text or a number or a phone, like a name that you guys might see. I don't want that to happen. So anyway, another reason why I have my phone up here is obviously we're measuring how far we're gonna go today, which we probably should do about 9 to 9.5 miles. But it's also because I have the screen protector still on here, and it's really hard to see with it on. I'm gonna tell you right now though, that the screen is not that bright during the day. I'm really curious to see how it's gonna be at night. It's probably gonna look way better at night, to be straight up honest with you guys. So I won't have to dim the display or nothing like that. There are no advanced settings I went into. I didn't change anything on this bike. Now it is able to go up to 28 miles an hour, but since I am down on battery, and it's cool because we have this button down here and this goes into voltage, and our voltage right now is 47.2. You can see the chart up on the screen. It's either on the left or the right side. So you can know where our battery's at right now, and that is under load. We get roughly, with both of these batteries connected, about a 1.5 volt drop in voltage sag when we're on the full throttle. So when I let off right now, I'm going up almost to 49 volts. It looks like it's at 48.9. So pretty close, but I can show you guys real quick if my gloves will work. There we go. So 11.5 miles so far in total on this whole entire bike since I've charged it. Max speed was 28.5. We're not gonna get anywhere close to that. Now, the only reason this is gonna mess up my test is when we go up this overpass, is the bike's not gonna be fully charged. I think when we left off, was it like 51 something volts? So it was roughly, I think, oh my God, was that 70%, 75%? Somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure. You guys can see the chart right there again, but I'm trying to think of what it is. I ride so many bikes with different voltages, 48 volt, 52 volt, 60 volt, 72. You can't get the voltage numbers correct all the time. I gotta remember them, but it's really hard. And again, when I'm sitting at this light, I'm on my tippy toes. Oh, it's definitely a comfortable bike when you're riding it, but I gotta say, when you sit at lights for a really long time, because I didn't really do that in my video. Oh, look how slow this thing is. Oh my God, come on, pick up speed, baby. I wasn't really sitting on the bike like that for long periods of time, but now that I'm sitting at lights, I'm really noticing that with the seat being very wide and trying to put my feet down, it kind of starts hurting the inside of your legs. It's not a deal breaker or nothing like that. Ooh, man, everyone's hauling ass today. God damn, we're gonna see some accidents. Bro, slow down. Slow down, lady. She had a dash cam and everything. That'd have been her fault. Yeah, I do wish it was a little bit faster. I'm actually surprised we're still hitting 27 miles per hour right now. And I hope this car next to me sees me. Unless they're gonna get on the freeway right now, which they might. Okay, we're good. Oh, thank the Lord. It's always a sketchy section over here. If you guys are from Fresno, California, this is the 99. So if you guys ever come on the 99 and you pass Fresno, baby, this is where I'm at. Just so you know the location. And hopefully you guys are, oh, 28 miles an hour, there we go. All right, not bad. Is this guy asking for money? What's he asking for? Skirt. Oh man, the brakes could definitely be better. And something I didn't point out on my video review is that, oh, you can't see it. I can't even see it. But there's a battery bar system over here, and it goes by little dots. Well, they're not really dots, but they're kind of like a large circle. Anyway, and it shows like green, then it shows like a light green, then a orange, and then a red, or a yellow and a red. It's really hard to see right now, but it looks like I lost one of those. There's only 4, but I'd rather just go off of voltage. But anyways, without talking too much, trying to show you guys both batteries activated, how fast it comes up this hill, and it's only doing 15 miles an hour. It hit 16 for a second, but this is, again, not the fastest bike ever. This is actually one of the slower bikes I reviewed in the last couple years. But again, I said this in my video review towards the end, I could really appreciate a bike. It doesn't need to be quick. If the price is right and it's a good bike, then it's cool. I'm cool with it. If this bike was probably $1,300 to $1,400, I'd probably say, yeah, especially not having hydraulic brakes, stuff like that, then it's probably not the best. But I want to say for $1,000 roughly, it's not too bad. Get out of the bike lane, bro. My God, traffic is bad. It smells like gas and oil. Ugh, I don't got a problem with that with my electric bike. I'm not polluting the world. No noise coming from me. It's definitely a nice, quiet motor. Makes a little tiny bit of noise. One thing I mentioned on the video review is it's kind of weird. And I'll put the clip up right now. So after you guys heard that, that's how the motor sounds, but on a lower level. I just kind of up the, audio on that so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. But it doesn't sound like a consistent motor noise. It kind of feels like the motor's skipping in a way, like it's the gears and whatnot. It doesn't feel like it's braking or nothing. It just has a weird noise to it that I don't really hear on bikes that I review. All right, after this truck, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna jump start because this bike is slow. Let's go. It's gonna turn green. I know my lights around here. I just wanted to try to get a jump start on traffic just so, we kind of get away from them just like a little bit. All right. Let's go. Come on, bike. Everyone's leaving us. Oh, man. Now, what's cool about this bike is that both batteries are kind of in the middle. One's on the very lowest part of the bike, and then one's kind of in the middle. You don't have a battery up here. Now, I think this would have been a cool idea if the company would have put bolt holes on the top for a rail. If you wanted to put a third battery, even if it wasn't connected into the system, it would have been cool just to have the option to throw a battery up here and then you can swap it instead of putting it on your backpack. You could let the bike hold it instead of, having it on your back the whole time. But I thought it would have been cool if they did that. But the cool thing about these batteries being in the middle and on the lowest part of the bike is that it feels really good for handling. This is actually probably it feels fantastic. Like, it's a great bike for turning. If the battery would have been on top, like some other e-bikes we've been reviewing lately, it wouldn't have been as nimble and as agile turning. And this is gonna be sketchy. This is definitely gonna be sketchy. All right, that guy's running for the bus. He's like, I gotta get the bus, man. I thought he was gonna run out in front of me, but I had traffic behind me, so he didn't want to get hit by that Lexus right there. LS460. Oh, I'm having a good day so far. The time change really helped. We got a new president, and I had a NOS purple grape. Yeah, it was grape energy drink. So, feeling great. Not having any issues at all. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna crash in the middle of the day, and then I'm gonna have to do another pick-me-up by the time we leave. Also, I got my Beyond Riders sweater on. It's a jacket, it has protection in it and stuff like that, but this is their sweater line, and this is one of my favorite ones from Beyond Riders. they're doing a Black Friday sale as well. I still get my base commission. It's like $10 for each sale I make. So if you're gonna technically buy, say like 2 jackets, whatever, buy them in separate orders, please, because then I get $10 for each order. If you spend $1,000 on the Beyond Riders website, I only get 10 bucks. That's the only downside. But they are having a little bit more of a sale, so you guys can get a better price on these jackets. I love them. Definitely think about getting the sweater one. It has a hole right here, and this hole is made to go like on your thumb. That's if you don't have gloves or something like that, but since I have gloves, I'm not gonna use it. But it's great. And oh my God, I don't wanna get hit. I'm just hoping one of these days no one is in one of these cars and opens their car door while I'm passing by. That would suck ass. Oh, I hear the people next to me hauling ass. All right, they probably like, this jackass, this guy in a bike got in my lane. Ooh, everyone is passing us. I feel like we're in the back of the pack. Yep. We are in the back of everything. But hey, I've been getting almost all the lights technically. I just had to sit at, I think what, 1 light? Oh, come on, car. What's up with this? I really appreciate you. I appreciate you. What's this guy doing? What's up, man? All right, just standing in the street. I'd be standing on the sidewalk if I was you, buddy. But anyways, to each their own. Whatever they want to do. Now, one thing about using my Ace Pro Insta360 is I don't have the new one. I have the one. I want the version 2. I just bought this one like 4 months ago. But I got to switch it over to pure video mode when we go at night because it's not going to look that great. So it's always something I got to remember. And damn, someone got their rims jacked. That's crazy. Oh, I should have got on the throttle earlier. Definitely a late start. This is what I deal with around here. Dang! Dang! They put some nice jack stands under there, I gotta say. Man, there's always work cars over here, and damn, someone needed the tires or the rims or something. I bet you it's the tires, probably not even the rims. They don't have any special rims on there. But anyways, I made it to work. I'm looking like I'm at 48.2 volts. Probably gonna go up a little bit after sitting, but yeah, not too bad. Got here in a decent amount of time, surprisingly. And yeah, I'll see you guys at nighttime. Give me about 9 hours. It's gonna be roughly around 12:30 midnight. So till then, and then we'll check out all these headlights, the brake light, and the turn signals. Oh, and then we'll be able to see our final range as well that we have on these batteries with the voltage and get a decent idea of the range. What up, man? Good, good. So one thing I just noticed is that my headlight has been on the whole time, and there is no indicator on here to let you know if the headlight's on. So I didn't even know just riding during the day. That's obviously a safety thing. I would leave your headlights and taillights on at all times, even during the day. But if you're really trying to save battery, then I wouldn't have known that that headlight was on. And those are the battery bars I was talking about. See how you have a green, then like a lighter green, then a yellow, and then a red? That's your battery indicator, and the E stands for empty, kind of like a car. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 9 hours down, and I figured I would come over here and check out the truck again. The wheels, where are the wheels? My coworker came to work and he was like, did you see that car that had nothing on it? I was like, yep, hella crazy. All right, so without further ado, it is nighttime. It is about, I got off a little early, so it's not exactly midnight yet. And this is the bike at night. The brake light is looking pretty hot. It actually looks really good. You can see the individual LEDs on that tail light. And then if you do hit the brake lever, unfortunately, it doesn't get very bright. If you guys can see that, it's only 4 LEDs on the very top that light up right here. So it's not the actual whole brake light that lights up. Front headlight looked really good, just going from the front door over here at my job, just right here. So really curious to see how that's gonna be when we go out riding. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great bike. Let me do the turn signals for you guys real quick, just to give you an idea. Again, they're not in the front, they're only in the rear. And there's from a little bit of a distance, maybe about 6-7 feet. And if I get closer, you can see the turn signal right there. You have to kind of be looking at it like this. If you look at it like this, it's a little harder to see because This is angled in an upright position, and it's actually nice. I like the fact that it goes like this instead of going straight. And I'm glad it's not really tucked underneath the seat. I think they put a good position on here and they welded it straight compared to another bike that I just reviewed, and it was welded crooked. So if I look at this, it looks even with the seat. Without further ado though, I am tired. I need something to drink. It is definitely cold out here, and I realized that my jeans have holes in them. So that's not good. Let's take a little shortcut. Ooh, let's see how it is to go up stuff. Whee! Yeah, not too bad. Let's go, baby. I think I got my turn signal still on. Oops. Let's turn that bad boy off. Hey, let's go. There's my coworker right here. Let's go. Oh, his windows are up. He's not going to be able to hear that at all. Oh, I wish it was fast enough. Because most of the time, he'll stick with me and he'll like hang out if I have a bike that does about 30 to 40 miles an hour. But unfortunately, this road is 40 miles an hour. Most people do 45, sometimes even 50. And I'm not going to be going any faster than 28. And I don't even think I'm going to reach 28. It's really cold right now. The batteries are cold. The motor's cold. Definitely has a very slow pickup. I was showing my coworkers the bike and they're like, oh, that's cool. It has dual batteries. And I was like, yeah. Wasn't hating on the bike. I wasn't saying anything negative. I was just saying that it has really no power because it's a 500 watt motor and it peaks at 1,000 watts. So it's a nominal 500 watt motor. Hopefully you guys aren't going to get confused by that, because it's basically just saying that the actual motor is 500. And then if you put a controller on it, like let's say 20 amps or whatever, you basically multiply 20 by the voltage, which would be 48, and then you get your output number of your peak power that the bike's going to have. I don't actually know the controller amps on here. I wish I did, but anyways, without further ado, let's get into the headlight. That's what I really wanted to do on this test. I can see that it's pointed very far down, so what I need to do is bump it up a little bit. Now it does have some rubber bushings on the bracket, so even though they're torqued on there really good, it's not bouncing around, it's not lowering, it's not raising, depending on the potholes I hit. It's not gonna go anywhere, but it's nice that you can, on the fly, it's probably not safe depending on, you know, how you can ride and if you're steady and stable and whatnot. But you can just come down and do it while you're riding and kind of get a good position on it. And if you can't, just pull over to the side, adjust your headlight, and you're good to go. I think that's perfect. While I'm freezing my ass off, the good thing is my upper body is so warm with the Beyond Riders jacket I was telling you guys earlier. Definitely go check them out. The Black Friday sale going on right now. And then if you guys want this bike, it's $50 off with, I think it's it's MrCD50. I think that's what it is. I'll put it down in the description and all that kind of stuff with the actual links you need, and I'll put it on the screen as well. Oh man, tacos. Oh shit. I'm not fast enough to make that. Not fast enough to make that. And I don't want to run this light because there is a police station right down that way, just like 1 or 2 blocks that way. And there's always cops in this area, so I didn't want to chance it. What I want to do though after this, since you guys have seen the headlight and seen how it's performing right now, is I want to throw the Aftermarket light on. And I don't want to say the company name. Maybe you guys saw the name brand of this light already, but I'm not going to mention it. It's an Aftermarket light you can get for any bike. I love it because oh my God, this bike, come on, go, 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 go. It gets slower the lower the battery goes. But the reason why I like this light is because it just has a rubber plate on it, really, and you can just, elastic band, I should say, and you just wrap it around anything. A handlebar, I can put it down here if I wanted. It fits different size of handlebar, seat post, whatever you want to put it on, you can do that. So without further ado, it should be charged. Let's hold it on, and boom! Look at that. Let's look up in the trees over here. Holy moly. Let's look at this tree. Benedict. That's the street right there. I think that's what it said. Feeland. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to try to point it where I think it should go. And there we go. That looks great. Not what I want to do without anyone hitting me, because if you do turn the headlight off, your brake light turns off, and it only turns on if you hit the brakes. So we'll make sure no one's behind me, and then I'll show you really quick. Let's turn that off. So there we go. That is all with the Aftermarket light. So that is performing very well. Let me turn on the regular light and see if you notice a difference. Oh wait, okay, my bad. It's off now. Let's get into a darker area. Maybe, okay, maybe like right here, and let's turn on, boom. Okay, so it made a little bit of a difference, so not too bad. It's a little bit wider than what this one is. This one's just like a big spotlight, but I like it. You don't really need an aftermarket light for this bike, I gotta say. The brake light isn't the best. It looks really bright, but when you hit the brakes, I don't think people are gonna see what you're doing. The turn signals as well, making turns, I don't think people are gonna see when you're turning. Like, straight up honest, I just really don't think people are gonna understand like what you're doing. It's just too faint. They need to be like actual markers that kind of stick away from the bike. I know a lot of companies are putting tail lights on these bikes or brake lights that have integrated turn signals because it's cheaper. It makes sense. And it's a less, you know, like shipping damage and stuff like that, because the ones that stick out, they might want you to install those yourself, because if they get smashed in the box, then that's gonna be something they have to replace, you know? So most of the time, turn signals are not installed on bikes and you gotta put them on yourself if they're the long ones. And here we go, 18 miles an hour. I got a running start at this light, and I'm just, I dropped to 17. It's trying to be 18, but now we're at the top, so it should start going up. And real quick, I've only done 2 miles, so that means we're halfway to the house, but it is still tracking all my mileage from the time I charge these, and I'm really curious to see if I'm gonna get this light or not. I see that someone hit the crosswalk. Oh, we just hit our limit. Okay, we got 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. We made it. Peace out, suckers. Yeah, barely. I barely made that. All right, what I want to do is let me get onto the pedals, because, oh, there's going to be a delay. That's right. Ooh. Oh, come on. Give me my power back. I'm losing speed. Traffic's going to catch up to me. Oh my God. That felt like it took 5 seconds. You guys notice we went from like 27, 28 miles an hour all the way down to like 20 or 19. Holy moly. All right, so one of these kind of works, and I hope I make this light. Okay, I'm going through it even if I don't now. All right, we're good. All right, there's a little bit of bumps, so I gotta be careful, but what I wanted to do, oh, nope, not that. I'm not trying to get into my settings on my phone. There we go. So you guys probably can't see this. It's very dark. I wanted the screen on my phone not to be blasted. 29 miles an hour, the fastest we ever went, and what does it say? 16.87 miles so far. So I think we're gonna do roughly around 18 miles in total, maybe closer to 19, and we're gonna see where our voltage is at. And why is this light red? Can someone tell me? Oh, all right, no, we going through it. Even them in the crosswalk, like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know if they hit the button or not, but they just started walking across the street and it's green for them, so shoot, they're gonna get ran over. They ain't got no reflectors, no lights. God, I don't know what people are thinking sometimes. Some people don't care, but all right. 45.6 volts when I am on the power. And I hate to do this because I'm gonna lose my momentum, but hey, we gotta check this out for science, right? Let off, I go up to 47.3 volts. So it looks like right now we're losing almost 2 volts entirely, right? Yeah, almost. Maybe 1.5 to 2 volts. So it looks like we're losing a little tiny bit more as the battery is going down, but when it was more at a full charge, you get less voltage sag because we have 2 batteries. Now, if I was to switch one of these batteries off, it's still gonna be at the same voltage, but that voltage sag is gonna go down a lot more compared to if you ran just, one battery. You need to run both batteries if you want your voltage sag and your top speed to stay there for longer durations than just running one single battery. And real quick, let me make sure no one's behind me. Sweet. Excuse me. I got my turn signal on. Oh wait, I was all looking in the front to see if I had turn signals. I forgot I don't. They are only in the rear. Hopefully people can see me. I see nobody over here. Where should be good. Let's go, baby. Yeah, so since I'm towards the end of this video, before we check out the range and stuff when I get back to my house, it's a great bike. I normally always love to factor in the price of these bikes, and that's why I'm saying it's a decent bike. Now, 500 watt motor, nominal 500 watt, it's not that powerful. It's actually kind of under what I would expect. Unless this was a very, very light bike, then okay, that makes sense. But this is, I don't know, it's not as heavy as like a 90-pound e-bike. It's not as heavy as like a 120-pound, like 60-volt e-bike. But it is still 75 pounds, so it does put it on the decent side, I guess you should say. But I mean, again, 2 batteries. You can lessen it up by probably 5 pounds if you take one of these batteries off. I'm not exactly sure of the weight of the batteries, but it's definitely gonna, help you. I also have a backpack on. I got a bunch of shit in my backpack, like sodas and stuff that I bought at the store. So I probably have an extra 5 pounds on me as well. And also I got my heavy jacket with the pads in it and stuff like that. This is a very heavy jacket. I feel like it's 2 pounds by itself. But all I'm trying to say is factor in the price, $1,050 if you use my coupon code. It's really not that bad. It's a pretty decent bike, especially for people that don't care about going very fast. And especially if you're trying to get your kid into electric bikes, I would not throw them on a bike like the Lyric Graffiti X or a Sur-Ron. All the parents are throwing their kids on a Sur-Ron, and I know I'm probably going to get a little bit of hate for that, but those things are dangerous. Like, I get it if you understand your kid is very, you know, understanding of like the power he's going to have, and he's very smart and can understand the rules of the road and stuff like that, then hey, that's fine. But if they've never been on, say, a quad or a dirt bike or anything fast, I don't know if that's something you should give them. This would be something perfect to give your son or daughter, or just, you know, an older person. I mean, you do got to be tall though, that's the thing. So I would say this would be great for kids, but they also have to be on the taller side. They can't be under 5'7". It's a very tall bike, and I don't think there's any way of lowering it unless you changed out the rear suspension to something shorter. That's the only way I think you're gonna get around it, but then you gotta spend like another $50 to do that. And then that takes away my discount code. So you save money on it, but if you have to buy a spring or something for it to lower it, I feel like, you know, there's so many other e-bikes out there, so if you're short, this just wouldn't be for you. Don't try to modify a bike, you know, I mean, if you love it, okay, cool. But there are some shortcomings on it. No hydraulic brakes. There's no adjustments for preload or lockout or anything, compression on the front fork. But the headlight is great. I think my biggest thing is that it's just slightly underpowered if you have a lot of hills in your area, and the brakes aren't that great. But I don't really have any other complaints about it. I feel like everything is kind of perfect. Like, I really think it's a winner in my book, and that's what I'm gonna leave on. I'll see you guys at the house, give you guys the final range numbers, or actually I'll show you over here in the corner, just so it's not in front of my house, because there's been a lot of people with their windows open. I'm not trying to be that rude person outside at 1 in the morning. It's technically around midnight right now, but you know, I'm trying to be respectful in my neighborhood. But all right, let me pull over here real quick and let's show you what I did. Oh, hey, I finally got the brake to lock up a little bit. I try not to do that too much because I don't want to flatten the tire. So let me bring this up a little bit so you can see. On this trip, 4.5 miles. If I come over here, hopefully you guys can see my phone. We did, you can see at 29 miles per hour, and my max range that I did was 18.87 miles. Voltage right now is at 47.3. So you guys can see it on the chart. You can see where we ended up at. I'll leave it up there for a little bit so you guys can understand what's going on with the chart. Again, 47.3 volts, kind of look at it. If you see someone that says 46 and then another one that says like 48, it's going to be in between that battery percentage. And I got left on 3 battery bars. When I was on the throttle, I believe we were down to the last 2. So take it with a grain of salt. But then again, we are losing almost 2 things of voltage when we're on the throttle. So that's with voltage sag. So we go down to about 45.7. So just keep that in mind as well. You can only go so low, and then the bike will cut off, and you're gonna have to lower your power and stuff like that. So without further ado, all right, that's all I'm gonna do. I don't want people to get mad at me. It's late. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys are the true MVPs. Hopefully you guys like this video. I was really hyped up on sugar and energy drinks, and yeah, I had a blast doing it. So see you in the next one. Peace out. I was gonna feed my cat friend today. Obviously we saw him in the very beginning of the video, but he didn't show up. I waited out here for 2 minutes just in case, but he must be, I don't know, hiding somewhere because it's very cold. So, oh, I'm kind of sad we didn't see him tonight.